Okay, yes, hello again. So, now as we are talking about movies and cinema, yes, I had an idea because, as I said, I love movies. I really love movies and series in general. So, um, I had an idea to share with you some information, to teach some vocabulary, and also some curiosities about movies and, as I said, the curiosities of the seventh art of the world. Okay, so all my family we really like movies, especially me and my father. So one other thing, as I said in the beginning about technology and the evolution of the technology, especially, but of other things, I had an idea to talk about to show some maybe timeline, the difference or the evolution, maybe a little, using movies, yes, as we are talking about. So I started to research, for example, some movies, famous movies, from each year of each person in my family. Ah, great idea. Yeah, genius. Thanks. And that's the idea. So I will show you here and you can tell me, okay, if you know all these movies that I'm showing you, if you like these movies, if you don't like, maybe say in the comment please, and give me your feedback. What do you think about? And if you enjoy, if you like this kind of content, let me know, please. So the first one is 101 Dalmatas. Okay, so 101 Dalmatas, as we know in Portuguese, in Brazil, and the curiosity it's about the titles, the translation of the titles of movies. So okay, this one it's simple, yes, 101 Dálmatas in Portuguese, normal, no problem. Do you know this movie? Have you watched it? As I said, the first movies I'm saying here, it's from 1961. It's the year that my father was born. Oh my god, so old. Just kidding. And so from 1961, the first movie I have here, 101 Dalmatas. Okay, I believe you all know that. Now already from my mother's birthday, I think she's not going to enjoy that I'm sharing this information here. My mother was born in 1962, so from this year actually, I believe I know only some movies, not so much. So I will show here. The first one, it's a curiosity actually. I didn't know about this movie. I didn't know before research to record this video. It's Crow Pelé. It's a movie about our King Pelé, yeah. So they translated, they put the name in English as Crow Pelé. It's the same idea of Hey Pelé, okay, of course. The second one, it's the Follow Their Dream. This movie, it's a very famous movie actually. I watched it. I tried to watch all the movies in this list, okay, to share with you. It's one movie about from Elvis Presley, the King Elvis Presley, and this movie it's Follow That Dream. The translation in Portuguese: Em cada sonho amor. Okay, we have no idea about that, but it's great. And it's a really fun movie actually, if you have curiosity, if you like to watch old movies. I really find it interesting because it's very funny actually to see old technology as we talked about before, and even old cars, old people, of course. Elvis, yes, so we don't even have anymore. But it's very interesting and it's a good recommendation for you. You can watch it. It's interesting. The next movie, I had actually, before I continue here, I had another idea because, as I said, from 1961, that is my father's birth year, and my mother's, there wasn't many movies actually, so I found only some, like 2-3 movies here. So I had another idea. What if you get the connection, when my father was already 10 years old, for example, so some movies that he probably would have watched when he was 10 years old. And so I have here the movies from 1971. Okay, and the first one, it's a very famous movie, very famous story actually, but this movie even I didn't know actually before. It's the Archer of Fire. It's one movie from Robin Hood, as we all know, of course. The translation, the title translation in Portuguese was really good actually. The Archer of Fire, it's the original title in English, and they translated to Portuguese as Arqueiro de Fogo. So, okay, it was good. Not a terrible translation. And as I said, the most funny situation is to see some old pictures. Yes. So look at this, for example. It's strange, but okay, if you think 1971, it's pretty good. Really. The next one, still from the same year, Trinity. It's Still My Name. That's a really good movie. Actually, I watched it sometimes and some years ago. The name in Portuguese is Meu Nome é Trinity. Okay, here the translation is not perfect, but it's still good. Yes. Old West movie, if you like this style. And this guy, actually, one curiosity here for you, this actor, his movies were always like that. It's about Old West, like Bang Bang, but it's comedy. It's a little comedy actually. He and his friend, it's always funny. They are always funny. And I had the same idea to talk about, for example, when my mother was 10 years old. So the next movies are from 1972. So the first one, it's already a big classic. I believe everybody knows. If you don't know, please leave in the comments and I will share with you the experience. The Godfather. Okay, that's the first one. And one curiosity about this movie, this year, 2022, this movie is completing 50 years of launch. So, if you haven't watched it yet, it's a great opportunity now. And it's a great movie, okay? I know many people are big fan of this movie. I like it, but it's not my favorite. The next one, Planet of the Apes. Also, this was the first movie of the series of Planet of the Apes, okay? And as you can see here in this picture, is also like funny when we see old picture movies, but okay. In Portuguese, the name is A Conquista do Planeta dos Macacos, so different, right? But okay. And then we have the year of my sister's birthday, and I also believe she will not enjoy that I'm saying that, but my sister was born in 1991. She's pretty young, don't worry. And the first movie that I found in this year, actually, it's one of my favorite movies of all times, really. I remember watching this movie when I was really, really young. I don't remember how old was I, but it's Hook. And Hook, it's this movie. It's one old movie about the story of Peter Pan, and it's really good actually, of course. The title in Portuguese, A Volta do Capitão Gancho. One curiosity here and about, I forgot the word, vocabulary, a good tip of vocabulary. The word hook, it's really the object that the Captain Hook uses in his hand. So that's why the name of Hook. If you never watch it, it's really good. You can watch, you should watch actually. We have great actors and actresses too, and it's a great story. I totally recommend it. The number 9 is Robin Hood, the Prince of the Thieves. It's another classic, of course, very famous movie, and that is actually the first movie that I remember watching about Robin Hood, the story of Robin Hood. And of course, always the same thing, a great actor, great people, and the Potterheads people there, the fans of Harry Potter. If you watch it, you will see the dark past of Professor Snape. So it's a great curiosity about that movie too. Okay, you can watch it great, easily. And the number 10 is still from 1991. It's one of classic movies too. If you remember Sessão da Tarde on Globo, you probably already heard about or saw anything about this movie. The name in English is My Girl, but here in Brazil we know as Meu Primeiro Amor. Okay, good. I don't actually remember exactly all the story of the movie, but spoiler alert, someone dies in the end. So if you like little romance movies but also little sad movies, enjoy, it's your chance. And so actually after that I discovered that the next series we are talking about, this movie has a second movie, the My Girl movie. I had no idea about that, so it's another curiosity. If you watch and like the first one, you can watch the second one. Okay, the next one, a classic from Disney, of course, The Beauty and the Beast. And if you don't know, Beauty and the Beast, A Bela e a Fera, of course. Yes, this movie is from 1991, so if you remember watching when you were a kid, sorry to say, but you are old. So, and also the next one, it's a movie probably some people know. I don't know if it was famous when it was launched, but the name in English I had no idea before. Curly Sue. The name is different. It's also, but it's referring because of the girl in the movie, like the principal actress, the main actress in the movie. She has curly hair, so her hair is all curly. So that's why her name is Curly Sue. In Portuguese, the name is A Malandrinha. So if you watch, you will understand. It's really good too, really funny and amazing. I remember watching when I was a kid. The next one, Boys in the Hood. If you don't know this title, this name, if you have no idea, wait to see the cover of the movie. Probably you already heard about or you even watched this movie. It's really good too. And you can see, as I said, the most funny thing to talk about old movies is to see the actors that we know today as young people. Yes, it's so different. Look at this face, oh my god, terrible. But okay, Os Donos da Rua, if you don't know this movie. It's really good, I totally recommend. And now, the best year from the cinema. Of course, 1994 is the year that I was born. So, if you don't know my age, now you can calculate. Feel free to do that. And the first movie that I found in the list of my year's movies, it's Baby's Day Out. If you don't know the title, don't worry, because I had no idea either before. But it's a really good movie and I remember watching when I was a kid. Ninguém segura esse bebê. It's the name in Portuguese. Very funny. Go on, watch it. The next movie, it's a very good movie, very famous, very classic. I believe most of people, if not everybody, already knows that. But the title in English is completely different. So the Shawshank Redemption. The Shawshank Redemption. It's Sonho de Liberdade. Okay? I know. You know. Yeah. It's great, of course. The next one, also a very famous movie, and it's funny because I actually read some article talking about this movie recently, actually. And it's a movie from Tom Hanks, one of the most famous, I believe. Forrest Gump. It's a good movie, of course. If you didn't watch it, you can watch, or you probably even heard about. It's very good. Forrest Gump, and in Portuguese the title is Forrest Gump too, so yeah, it's easy to find, right? And as I said, from 1994 we have the sequel, the second movie from My Girl that I told you, Meu Primeiro Amor 2. Yeah, I never watched that one. I didn't like the first one, so I didn't watch the second one. I actually didn't know about their existence. Okay, continuing from 1994, we also have The Specialist, one of the best movies I watched, actually, with Stallone, and the translation is good too, so O Especialista. Okay, if you haven't watched it, you can watch, totally recommend. It's an action movie, so fun, so good, and a lot of action too, if you enjoy it. The next one, yes, it's one of my favorite movies. I don't know why, I love to watch it many times. Speed, it's the name in English. Maybe you know, maybe you don't, but that's the Velocidade Máxima, the first one. We have Keanu Reeves, we have Sandra Bullock, and it's interesting actually because in the cover you can see here they have the sentence like "Get ready for rush hour." If you don't know, but rush hour, it's an expression, as we say in Portuguese, like o horário de pico, aquele horário, or in the morning or in the afternoon when everybody's leaving work usually, and you have a lot of cars on the street and the traffic is all busy. It's the rush hour. That's the expression. And the movie, it's all intense because they have to save a bus during the rush hour. So it's great, of course. The next one, also one of my favorite. Yeah, I don't have to say that all the time, but I don't know why. But almost all the movies from my year of birthday, I love. So the next one, Ace Ventura. And yes, this one, okay, if I say here Ace Ventura in English, you know, of course, right? But in Portuguese, I don't know why they wrote like Ace Ventura, detetive diferente. In English, as you can see here in the cover, Ace Ventura, the pet detective, and it makes much more sense, of course, because he's a detective that claims to talk with the animals and understand the animals and act as an animal in the movie too. And he's great, yeah, as Jim Carrey. We don't know how to express about him. He's great, of course. So many funny scenes and funny moments, and he's totally crazy. One of my favorite actors, really. The next one is Richie Rich. It's really good too, of course. And if you don't know, Riquinho Rico. It makes sense, Richie Rich. It's like a trick in English, but it's also a great movie. I watched it many times when I was a kid. I even watched it again recently, and yeah, it's amazing. And the next one from 1994 was the first movie of Lion King. Okay, so yeah, from the young people there, in 2019 we had the new live action movie. But if you don't know, so in 1994 actually we have the first Lion King movie, and it was great. But for my surprise, actually, yes, the one from 2019, it's also great too. So I really love it. And the next one, it's really one of my favorites again. It's really hard to talk about movies because I think I love so many movies. But yeah, this one was different because I have never seen the title in English, the original title. It's The Little Rascals. And if you don't know what it means, Os Batutinhas. Did you watch this movie? Have you watched it before? It's really good, right? And I know that I'm talking here especially because I'm talking about old movies, and most of you, I believe, can think like, oh, but it's only movies for children. Yes, but one thing that I really have to say, for me it's a really good sensation and different actually when I watch this kind of old movies, is to see pictures like those. Look at that. You remember the actors from when they were a kid, from the movies, yeah, like we watch, and when you see how they are big and old today, it's like, oh my god. As I said at the beginning, we really don't want to say how old we are actually, but it's great. You can watch, you have to watch, please. If you didn't watch, watch. If you already watched it, watch again. It's great. You don't lose anything. And one more from my year, it's the blank check. A check, okay, when you, I don't believe it's still usual today, but a check that you can write your bank information and amount of money, and you have to withdraw the check to have some money in cash. Blank, it's like empty. So a blank check is this movie, Cheque em Branco. It makes a lot of sense, of course. It's a good movie, not great in my opinion, but when I was a kid I watched it probably like 5 or 6 times. And the next one, actually, I haven't watched it before, and I knew the existence, but I actually didn't like, I think I don't like so much this kind of movies. Street Fighter, yes, it's famous most because of the games, I believe. The games I really like and I played a lot, but the movie actually I haven't watched it before. I only watched it this week. It's good, not great, and not terrible. Tell me your opinion if you want. Yeah. The pictures, as I said, it's terrible actually. When you see this kind of picture, look at that. It's funny, but okay. And another one, also from Jim Carrey, it's Dumb and Dumber. That in Portuguese we have Debbie and Lloyd, and it's really good. I don't know why in Portuguese they like to translate the name and also add some more information about the movie, but Debbie Lloyd, Dois Idiotas em Apuros. Okay, in English is only Dumb and Dumber, and that's it. But it's also funny. And another one from Jim Carrey too. I think Jim Carrey was always great, of course, but I mean in 1994 was his year of the movies. So The Mask. If you don't know what mask means, look at that you will understand. O Máscara, okay, so funny, so good, nothing to complain, great cast, great actors, and actually the sound effects, not the sound effects, the video effects, although of course was old and the technology was but it's really good. Look at this kind of picture, for example, and if you watch the movie you will enjoy. Actually, we don't really care about the video effects when you watch it. It's so much fun, so much good. This week when I watched it to do this video, actually only this week I watched it 2 or 3 times probably, and it's great. Another one I watch it, I like it, but it's not my favorite. The Flintstones, and I believe you can recognize it's Os Flintstones. Yes, good, funny, but yeah, you watch only once and you enjoy. And one more movie from my year is the Beverly Hills Cop. Actually, the third movie is from 1994. And this one, actually, we have a curiosity. Tira da pesada, okay? Eddie Murphy, so great actor too, one of my favorites, of course. But we have a funny curiosity about this movie, actually, that this guy, do you know this guy? If you don't know this guy, actually, it's like, what are you doing with your life? This guy is George Lucas himself. He's the director and the creator of Star Wars movies and everything, and he's really in the movie, the Tira da Pesada. He participates, of course, a short scene, but it's funny to see, right? And the next one, it's a movie I really enjoyed. Actually, I always liked action movies during all my life, and especially fight movies, as I said, action and karate fights and movies and everything. Movies usually about ninjas I really enjoy to watch. And we have Three Ninjas Kickback. And this expression, actually, kickback, it's a really fun and good expression in English, interesting actually, because kick is one action, yes, we have it's a verb in action, we have in English, but kickback, it's one good expression, and if you see here, actually the translation is really good. Três ninjas contra-atacam, they kick back, so three ninjas kick back. It's really good, really fun. Pretty for kids, of course, but great. Okay. So, and now from the last year, don't worry, it's almost in the end. My brother, I have a younger brother, right? It's always like that. Yes, I am the middle child in my family. I have one older sister and one younger brother. My brother was born in 1998, and so we have some movies here too, great movies, of course. The Parent Trap. Do you have an idea what it means? The Parent Trap, it's the Operação Cupido. Feel free to reflect about that. Armageddon, in Portuguese is also Armageddon, we don't only change the pronunciation, of course. A great movie, classic, Bruce Willis, always good too. The next one is the Rush Hour. Remember we talked about Rush Hour, the expression before? So Rush Hour, that's actually great movie. Jackie Chan with fight scenes and acrobacy scenes and everything he makes, and also Chris Tucker, if you don't know, A Hora do Rush, ok? Yeah, se fosse Horário de Pico em português, no, it's not a good name for a movie, but Rush Hour, A Hora do Rush, it's good, yes. And that's actually also the first movie from 3, okay? So we have the Rush Hour 1, Rush Hour 2, Rush Hour 3, and both of them are great actually. In my opinion, it's one of the least sequels, like trilogy movies, that really, all the movies are good. So if you haven't watched it, watch 1, 2 and 3 you have available, it's all great. The next one, The Man in the Iron Mask. That's really classic, really good, and if you like, for example, the sword fights or the idea of kings and brings fights and wars, and especially the Three Musketeers, the story of Three Musketeers, they are in this movie too, so it's really good actually. Okay, the next one, Taxi, and as I said, in Portuguese, I don't know why they like to add more information in the title of the movie, but táxi, uma viagem alucinante. Okay, it makes sense, but it's not necessary. If you see the title and if you see the cover, it's like, yes, it will be a crazy trip, of course. And it's also one of 4 movies, and in my opinion, all of them are really good. So yes, the next one, it's The Enemy of the State. The Enemy of the State. It's one of the movies from Will Smith, and I don't need to say anything else, right? Will Smith, great movie, always. The next one is The Prince of Egypt. Okay, it's a famous story, I believe most of people know, if not everybody, but the movie, specifically the film, maybe you don't know. If you don't know, you can watch it. It's really good, it's great for kids and all the family, everybody. Okay, é o Príncipe do Egito. The next one, yes, very famous, Tom Hanks again in our list, and it's Saving Private Ryan. Does it sound familiar for you? O Resgate do Soldado Ryan. Yes, it's good, right? Okay, it's a long movie, dramatic, but if you like this kind of movie about war or anything, of course, you already know the context from the cover, and yeah, it's great. The next one is The Mask of Zorro. Yeah, The Mask of Zorro. Of course, yes, it's great. And that's actually the second movie, because we have The Legend of Zorro, the first movie, and this one is the second one. In my opinion, it's the best one. And we also have a third movie. It's also great. Antonio Banderas, Catherine Zeta-Jones, and I forgot the name of the old guy. But it's great. Go on and watch it. 3 movies to enjoy. And the last movie we have in this list, Dr. Dolittle. Yeah, recently, some years ago, we had only Dolittle movie, but this one, Dr. Dolittle, it's also the first one from 4 movies actually, but in my opinion, for me, only the first one is good, that I like actually. Go on, watch it, and give me your feedback, please. Okay? So yes, and as I said, so that's the end of the list. Okay. The experience actually of watching movies, for me, it's one of the best things. The thing that I do more in my life, and I always did. And but as I said, I really like to watch sometimes old movies for 2 facts, especially. The technology, as I already said, it's really funny actually to see how old movies, the sound effects, the video effects were so different, and you have to think like, okay, in that time, like here 50, 60 years ago, people enjoyed, and it was like, oh, the technology of that time. And today we have, of course, completely different things. But they are also great. And the second thing that it's most interesting, in my opinion, actually, to watch old movies, as I said, is when you see sometimes one actor or actress that maybe you didn't even remember how they were younger, and yeah, that's it. So, and for you, do you like watching movies in general? Do you prefer only new movies, new generation movies, old movies? Do you have one favorite movie? Do you think you can choose one favorite movie? For me, you already saw here, in this list is not actually my favorite movies all the times, from all times, but many here I really enjoy. Many of the movies I really like it. And you, what about you? So I hope you enjoyed. As I said, this kind of video here is to share my experience, to share knowledge about English, to learn any vocabulary and practice, but also talk about something that I really enjoy, I really like, and I hope you too. So, did you like this video? Did you like this kind of video? Please let me know, share with me your feedback, and If you like, so hit the like button, subscribe please, and share with your family, your friends. Watch, if you haven't watched any of these movies in my list, watch it and let me know. And you also can tell me, please, what year were you born? Do you want me to maybe make a list of the year when you were born? Who knows? Can be interesting. So keep practicing your English and see ya.